I'm just wondering what the hell's the difference. Oh yeah, of course. Brilliant move. It's only the second move which we get to see the purpose of bishop d5 check, because welcome to a tactic a day. This game is between Malinin and Andreev. This game was played in 1989, and what you're about to see is a beautiful finish in the Benko Gambit. The game began d4, knight f6, c4, c5, d5, b5. We have a Benko, take a6, take, bishop takes a6. For the cost of a pawn, black is getting his pieces out very quickly. Knight c3, d6, knight f3, g6, g3. White chooses to get the bishop out using the f1, h3 diagonal. Maybe it will go to g2. It also has the option to go to h3. Bishop g7, and now h4. Malinin is being very aggressive. We tend to see this h4 move when you want to attack the f7, g6, h7 pawn chain. Castle h5. This move is very effective if black does not have a knight on f6. The problem here is black can take, but this is white's idea. Rook takes h5, take, and queen c2. Just play like this. You could say black's king is a little bit weak because his pawns are a bit fractured. Putting the queen on c2, white has plans to attack h7 in the future. Queen c2, knight d7, bishop g5, knight f6. Bishop g2, rook b8, and castle. Even though the engine says -3, so what? Back in those days, there weren't any computers. Black has a really nice position here. Bishop on a6, bishop on g7, the rook on b8. Attacking b2, the queen on d8 can come out to a5, which is exactly what he did. Queen a5, rook h1, and in this position black blundered with knight takes d5, allowing the tables to turn with knight takes d5. Black can continue the attack with a really nice shot, beginning with rook takes b2, blowing open the white position. After queen takes b2, knight takes d5. The knight on c3 cannot take the knight on d5 because bishop on g7 is attacking the queen on b2. Black has 3 pieces on the knight on c3. If white goes back, bishop d2, knight c3, take, bishop takes c3. If queen b3, then c4, giving black the chance to come in. Queen c2, queen a3 check, king d5, bishop b5. Coming into a4, rook b8 as well. Now after this you could go queen c2, but then black can swing his rook over with rook b8. And you can't escape this. Queen a3 check is next. The rook on b8 can come to b2. After knight d5, rook b2 is black's idea. But all of a sudden, white has a winning tactical shot. Knight e7 check, king h8. Perhaps the black king is safe on h8, but here, pause the video if you want to have a go. How does white crash through the position? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. White crashes through with queen h7 check. A complete turnaround. King takes h7, rook takes h5 check. Only way to block is bishop h6, rook takes h6 check, king g7. Black is running out of squares, and white's got so many pieces around the black king. Knight f5 check, king g8, bishop f6. Bishop f6 is so useful because it stops the black queen coming in to c3. The black queen can't go to d2 because of the knight, and it can't go to e1 because of the knight as well. Rook c2 check. Black has to throw in a check, or else he can't stop rook h8 mate. King takes, queen takes a2 check. Block, queen c4 check, block, and now f6. No point going queen a2 check because after king c1, the squares are covered. So what if black checks on a3? Bishop b2, and you can't stop rook h8 mate unless you give it up. And white is winning here. f6 blocking this dangerous diagonal. Now white brings in another piece to the king side. Knight on f5 looks superb. Now time to get the other knight in with knight g5. Black now played rook e8, but first question, why not f takes g5? Because rook h8 check, king f7, knight takes d6 check, winning the black queen. After you move, then knight takes c4. The rook on h8 is protected, no problem here. Bishop takes, Rooks come off and white is winning here. What if queen takes e2 check, just like before? White can go back, king c1, and all squares covered, just like before. And white has so many threats. Maybe knight e7 check, bishop d5 check, rook g6 check. If rook f7, blocking, let's bring it in, bishop d5. Now this does give black an option of queen f1 check, but so what? The king should be able to hide because black has no pieces to attack the white king. Black only has the queen. If you only have one piece, then you'll be able to get out very soon. Check, king a3, just hiding. This does grab the knight on f5, but bishop f7 check, king g7, check. Queen takes is forced. You can't go, let's say, here because it'll be mate very soon. Check, king e7, mate. And you can't go here because it'll be mate as well. Check, king h6, and then knight e6. Wow. What's the idea of this? Well, covering lots of squares, but this bishop can drop back. This knight covers g7 as well. Looks like bishop d2 is the mate. And if you go queen f3 just to stop the bishop on c3 moving, I think that's mate. After rook e8, white now goes for a beautiful finish. Checkmate in 5 moves. Let's play the first move and then go for it, because the first move is pretty difficult. So let's play the move first. Bishop d5 check, wow. But really it's the second move that is truly brilliant. I'm just wondering what the hell's the difference. Oh yeah, of course. Brilliant move. It's only the second move which we get to see the purpose of bishop d5 check, because after take, I was wondering why rook h8 check. You know, why couldn't you play this before? It's because after take, bishop f6 check, it'll be mate in 2, but notice the black queen was on c4. That means the bishop on c3 could not move. Consider it here. If we just go back, rook h8 check doesn't work because you just take, and then this bishop cannot take because queen c4 means the bishop can't move. Pinned to the king. Wow. Bishop d5 check, you've got to take. Rook h8 check, you've got to take. Bishop f6 check. What a beautiful finish. The king only has one square, king g8, and now mate in a few moves. Knight h6 check. Notice knight and bishop cover all these squares except f8, and now mate in 1 with the other knight, knight h7. If you enjoyed this A Tactic a Day video, why not give it a like and subscribe to the channel at the same time. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notified each time I release a new video. Thank you so much for watching.